Welcome to GameBreakers. My name's Thomas. I am here with Allison, David, and Diamond, and we are continuing A Bard's Tale, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game. Woo! When last we left our intrepid heroes, there was downtime. Or it seemed like downtime. For a few months, all was quiet. You guys got plowed into projects and work and upgrades and crafting and getting a new job as the head of the Inquisition and a desk full of stacks of paperwork and people expecting you to do things. It seemed like a normal life after everything in the desert, until ClickClack went to pick up his shiny new blue dragon scale armor, and the door was locked. After successfully picking the lock but failing to navigate the trap on the door, it was discovered that there was a dead body inside, and that body was Hezrig, the Minotaur, your corporate sponsor. Craftsman of most of your best gear, and now dead before ClickClack on the floor. ClickClack, you alerted the group via the earring, right? That happened last session?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. We'll assume that if you didn't, you have just done
it's
so.
What I would have done.
Yeah, and so we will zoom the camera in, windowed on that conversation.
Did you say he was dead?
Dead.
How long?
Can I tell how long?
Medicine check.
Begins. 16.
16? Less than 4 hours.
Less than 4 hours.
Fuck. Okay. I'll get there as quickly as I can. Don't leave him. Just don't leave him.
Bring an authority figure.
Dan, can you bring an authority figure?
I am an authority. Yeah, I'll bring an authority figure.
I am the law.
You laugh, but Stan's read the book now, and it's a little,
I'm gonna get there as quickly as I can. And from the, wherever my personal hoard is, find the best flawless diamond I can.
Okay.
So I don't know what time that's gonna take for me to do that. And I assume, I don't remember 100% where we left off last time, honestly, but I think I'm in the library district anyway.
I believe so.
Yeah. So, he's not terribly far away from that, but it's still a travel time. What's my fastest route?
Well, you can fly, right?
Yeah.
That's probably your best speed. If you do a flying sprint.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can I do that? Hold on.
Right? If you throw a haste spell on top of that, you get truly obscene.
I don't mind truly obscene. Is that against the law anywhere?
No, it makes you easy to hit if you're sprinting. That's it.
Well, hopefully nobody tries to shoot me out of the air.
Yeah, it's triple movement.
I can't haste, actually, because those are on the thing that I haven't reconnected myself to yet.
Oh.
But I should be able to fly. Yeah, that's not on this.
She points that out from wherever you have her. It's like, if you had me, I could help.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, and clearly that's gonna be tonight's plan. You just hang out there.
Oh.
Actually, come with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it with
finally! It's so boring here.
Well, I mean, serves you right. And
what did I do?
I don't have an eye. I couldn't find my eye patch, guys. But she's got an eye patch. It's totally leather worked. It matches her. Nice. Okay. So I am totally gonna fly my butt there if that would be the fastest way to do that.
It would.
Then yeah. One flying.
That will take a few minutes. Stan, what do you do?
I'm in the Temple District. at the Temple of Morden, and I will alert my superior that Hezrig has been murdered, and I need to go assist. And does anyone?
Stan, you report to the dragon and to the council.
That's pipes.
I mean, there's got to be a superior at the temple, though. I mean, I'm not the most ordained person.
Like you're the superior priest, like as you're doing temple services.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it. All right, you're given leave. You again, like in the church, you operate semi-independently. So, well, if you have to go, I understand. I'll let you know how the brew turns out.
Do we? Is there any authority figures that I can take that's like nearby that I can just be like, "Come with me"? That would be appropriate for the situation.
Well, I mean, what are you looking for?
I don't know. There's always people asking for my paperwork. Where are they now?
Transit stations. A lot of them work for you now, Stan.
Then I will tell one of them to come with me.
Okay.
If I have some work for me, if there's some around.
Yeah.
Remember to go.
Right. By this time, like you have an aide de camp. There's just like a young officer whose job it is to like run around when you need things in the city.
All right. Well, I'm taking that guy, and we're gonna go to the Eagles, and we're gonna get the hell over there.
Okay.
Stan got a lackey. That's
Right.
cool.
And also, you fly on the Bastion's dime. You flash your badge, and you fly on their account now. No more pitch and silver.
Really, always like.
It'll be. You'll arrive after Struana. 2 people arrive before Struana. Well, 3 actually. So the first person on the scene is Trapspringer Sugarloaf.
Good.
The actual fuck.
Halfling dressed in leathers. He just rushes in, looking worried. Looks around, is like, "Oh shit! ClickClack, why are you here?"
Why are you here?
I insure the place.
Right. But how did you know to come here?
The traps went off.
Sorry.
I was picking up this armor and I found, well...
Is anything missing? Your armor's here?
If I've had time, I'm wearing it.
Like, I see. I insured that order and those materials too. All right, I'll check that off the list. He pulls out a clipboard and starts like marking things off, and just like madly starts taking inventory of the place quickly and efficiently. How long ago? Who set off the door trap?
That was me. I felt something was wrong, so I tried to get in here.
Oh. He pulls a little vial out of his bandolier. Like, you're gonna want to down that. Has a nasty tendency to get infected.
Yeah, immediately.
Well, this is bad. And he goes back to doing inventory. The next 2 people that arrive are city guards. 2 of the Bastion of the Gauntlet of the Bastion trot in. One of them is stout, portly, has white hair that's very thin and sort of a bushy but well trimmed beard. His hands on his belt. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The other one, young, eager, fresh-faced, like looking everywhere, has a notebook out, like hanging on the old guy's words. Quite a mess. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who was first found the body? Mm-hmm. What, can you tell me what happened?
I came in to pick up an order, and when I arrived here, the door was locked, and his workers said they didn't think he was in. I forget how they put it. It was 2 weeks ago. I tell them what the workers said.
Right. They thought he was out to lunch.
And something felt suspicious, so I picked the lock, came in, and I found him like this. That was however many minutes ago. By my estimation, he's been dead for about 4 hours.
Hmm. And, checking a name. Merkel. Did you, check out these folks' paperwork? He goes and heads to the body and goes straight for the paperwork on the body as he's listening to you speak. That's about the time that Struana arrives.
I just look at her and gesture like around.
Do I see Trap Springer? Is he obviously?
Yeah, he is going through everything in every office and just check marking everything. As soon as like when he's questioned by Officer Balthwaite, he is like, insurance business. I'll get to you in a moment.
I'm gonna like lean over to him and down, but not terribly far down because I'm a little bit short myself, and say I can bring him back from the dead maybe if he wants to come back, but I don't think that the guards are down with that. Can you help me get them out of the room for a minute?
Not my area of expertise. I have a job, a multi-million gold job to do right now.
Acknowledged. All right.
I don't mean to be rude, but this could ruin me.
That?
What?
You would have both heard that over the earring.
Right. What did you? I didn't hear what you asked me.
Oh, I asked Trap Springer just in case, but I figured you guys would hear it over the earring that I can bring him back I can offer him the choice to come back from the dead, but like I don't think the city guard's gonna like that if we want to try and get them out of the room somehow.
That also takes some time, as well as a full ritual and a roll.
Yeah, it is. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's not a rush job.
Yeah.
I believe you're muted, dear.
Why would the city guard object?
I don't know. Doesn't seem like they would like it.
Well, I think our best bet is to charm them.
Seriously?
I'm charming.
Okay. Sorry, that's great. 1, 2, 3. All right, let me see what I got.
Your aide-de-camp quickly rattles off. If he is privy to any of this conversation, we'll rattle off some regulations about like resurrecting victims. There's protocols, but it's not unheard of nor prohibited.
You could just ask them.
Does he have a do not
I feel
revive?
better when Stan asks the guard things.
Correction.
Well, I'm not there
We
yet.
could just ask them.
I would love it if we would ask them. Do you have an idea of how to ask them?
Thomas, am I there yet?
You're probably like walking up the street now. You can see the workers milling about in front of the door. What are you guys doing? Waiting for Stan?
Waiting for Stan.
All right. I'll
before that happens, I ask the guards if they might mind if I start investigating myself.
They hand you your paperwork back and say, not if the insurance man doesn't have an issue with it. It's like, no, he's fine.
Okay. Goggles down and I start CSIing the place.
Okay. So originally you had found that bit of blood on his weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The blood with a little bit of feather in it.
Right.
Let's see. Give me another investigation check.
Natural 20.
Good job, sir.
That puts you at like 30. What now? 30 redonkulous.
That's a 27.
Lovelace had already spotted like that scent of like dead, extra dead minotaur musk. You also found a couple of feathers on the weapon. The fight, it's clearly there was a struggle, and it looks like it was wild and imprecise. The places where you see the strikes that would have been from Hezrig's weapon are just all over the place, like he was just swinging blindly. Meanwhile, there are impacts on the ceiling, in the corners of the room, under things, over things, tables are overturned. The entire inner workshop is completely trashed. As you're looking at this, you see, set on the wall, there's just the finest imprint of where there seems to have been some sort of interference with the integrity of the wall. It's like the wood grain is off by just a millimeter or two. Just doesn't quite line up. And it does so in a perfect 5x5 circle.
Okay. Stand there yet?
Yeah, you're just finishing tracing out like the area of it when Stan, like, you hear.
What are the guards doing when I get there?
Questioning witnesses. How long have you been here? What's your name? Checking all the paperwork.
Are they in the who's in the Hezrig is sort of in the larger room. How much space do you need for this ritual, Struana?
It doesn't specifically say. It's time, so I'm.
It doesn't
How much
take
time
much
is it?
room. You mostly just need the body.
About an hour.
Okay. I will sort of, loud. All right, everybody, we're gonna start a life-saving process here. Stand back. Everything will be fine. You want me to make a roll for that?
Persuasion.
Does his stature give him advantage?
Are you wearing your Inquisitor's badge, your badge of office?
I'm wearing my Hezrig armor and my Inquisitor badge. Yeah. Anybody anybody stands for Hezrig today. It's like me.
I will give you advantage on that roll. That's fair.
Well, 11.
The workers seem to be like, oh, well, that guy seems to be dressed nicer than that guard, so that's probably that one we're supposed to listen to. They start just, heading your way. Some of them start to offer you their paperwork.
Direction to whoever really is.
The guard, on the other hand, just looks at you like, what's all this then? Who on whose authority do you think this is happening? I mean, we're first on site. This is our district. Like, who are you?
On my authority.
Please tell me you call yourself the Stanish Inquisition.
They'll never expect it.
I am many things, sir. I am an Inquisitor. I am Stan Smith. I am a Paladin of Moradin. And today I am here to facilitate the not dying of Hezrig.
Well, I'm afraid you're a few hours late. I mean, you may have means at your disposal. Who's paying for it?
Stan will pound his fist down, interrupt him, pound his fist down. It's like, damn it, man! A man's life and business are on the line. Are you just gonna stand here and let that body rot while magic could still save him?
Well, unless the paperwork's in order, yeah.
There's protocols for this. And Stan will make cite some code.
Your aide de camp is already pulling out a binder of papers.
I'm watching this whole thing like impressed and confused.
He pulls out a series of it takes several minutes. Pulls out a series of them for you to sign, and then for the guard to sign, and then you to sign, the guard to sign. Who's going to be performing the ritual?
This bard here, Struana.
You'll need to sign all of these.
We're getting to basically an initial.
They're
mumbling about wish I had a haste spell. Finger reports, and it's yes, I know you do.
So this is several minutes of bureaucracy that's happening right now.
I'm still investigating.
I was about to ask what you were doing, ClickClack.
I see no reason to stop.
Okay.
I'm taking notes on all of this, of course.
All right. Give me one more investigation check. I mean, you've hit some important details.
Right. What was it? 23.
23. So, having seen where that circle on the wall was, you can see that the first strike knocked Hezrig directly into the wall across from it.
How far?
About 15 feet. It's a 20 by 20 room.
As if he were charged by a minotaur.
Something a lot like that. Hey, give me a medicine check.
That is, 16.
You could imagine horns like Hezrig's doing. You look at two wounds on the back that are spaced crossways, a little bit like.
Right.
Having already the thought in your head, you can kind of confirm that with oh, I see that. You also see that the way that it hit them, they were twisting. So he was lifted and flung sideways.
Ah! Whew.
Seems very uncomfortable.
Yeah, good thing he's dead. Okay. I'm gonna stop looking for clues, stop investigating, and now I'm just like charting out what I think happened.
Okay.
You know, like blueprint style, like object A hit object B with this much torque and propelled him this far. Like, you know, it's like Wile E. Coyote, you know, catapult schematics.
35, 8.5 by 11 color glossy photos.
Mm-hmm.
So, Merkel, the young one, is the one that's out, like, demanding all the paperwork and doing all the rigmarole. Balthwaite, the larger one, just kind of leaning on his belt, looked over his shoulder, like, huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What makes you think that?
I explained it to him in my usual dry as a bone fashion. You know,
Huh.
I'm talking like an engineer.
That's
You're not drunk enough to be talking like an engineer.
it's pretty comprehensive. You
Yes.
You mind running that by Merkel?
I hand one copy over to the guards.
Thanks. That'll do. Trap Springer has just finished the inventory, and he looks a little perplexed. Well, I mean, nothing's missing. He steps up to you. I'm sorry to brush you off earlier.
To me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I do not believe this was a theft. I believe this was a hit. This was
Well, he's
an
not insured
assassination.
for that. We don't insure assassinations, so... whew. You're going to tell the guards that, right?
Already did.
Like, you see him just, like, visibly lose weight off of his shoulders. Like, oh, thank God.
I hate this guy so much.
I mean, it's really sad. And I'm going to go to his funeral and get him something nice, but, oh, man, this could have ruined me. Whew.
Why are you insuring places you can't afford?
I could afford it, but you say from outside the door. Well, if there's anything I can do to help. Outside of business, I'm not a fan of this sort of thing. You say it's a hit? Or is it like the Brotherhood?
No? Do I know who that is?
You have brushed a little bit against conversation of them. Traps from like the Illuminated Brotherhood or the Illuminated Society of Filial Affairs.
Do they seem like I'm asking Thomas. Do they seem like the type to use a zombie minotaur?
Their methods are, I mean, they're
Varied?
well, it's not. There's nobody lives to write a book about them. Put it that way. But yeah, there's a lot of variety to what they do and how they do it. They're a very closed society. As you might expect.
He asked me that question, and I think for a moment, and then just not being able to give a clear answer, I just say, evidence thus far points to him being killed by an undead minotaur.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Dispel Magic in this space of like around his body.
All right. Well, you guys are just now getting all the paperwork signed and getting into one room as this conversation is wrapping up with Trapspringer and ClickClack. Balthwaite goes and pulls Merkel aside and runs him through your analysis.
If Trapspringer ever turns heel and we have to go after him, it's going to be bloody.
Why are you giving the GM ideas like that?
Because I want to kill this guy.
Oh.
Hey, whole gang's here. You three still hanging out, huh? You haven't got each other killed yet. It's good news.
Yeah, it's just a good news day, isn't it?
Nothing's perfect. I overheard something about resurrection out there, so can't be.
I'm doing this weird, anxious twiddling of my fingers, like in between signing stuff. Like,
no, I'm sure he's not going to mind us continuing to track down whatever happened.
Yeah.
You guys need a hand with that?
I'm not going to say yes.
maybe, but we gotta figure, like, but let's try to do one problem at a time. From a Diamond from a distance says.
Diamond, are you doing full resurrection or just speak with dead?
Raise dead.
Raise dead.
Not resurrection, that's a different spell.
So
I spend an hour making music over his body, and something with a big diamond. Yeah.
A human-sized
and
diamond?
if he wants to come back, he does. The short version.
Do you have anyone who was close to... So things that will help this ritual be successful. People who were close to him in life. Objects or symbols of unfinished business. Generally anything someone might think of as a reason to come back that might be better than heaven.
Okay, so we're sort of basically doing a seance a little bit.
A little bit. You're calling the spirit back. Like your magic is enough to pierce the veil, but past that there's a ritual effect.
Yeah. Does he have any family? Do I know? Or if I don't know that he has any family, then I'm gonna run outside to the dudes that are still out there and give them a quick series of questions if they'll talk to me.
Trapspringer has a next of kin notice. You mean Anna?
Do they?
Slips you an address.
Do you know how they're related?
Emergency contact. As close as king gets, right?
I don't know, man. My roommate's my emergency contact. My family would be useless. Just say it. I I feel like the longer somebody is in the wherever they particularly go when they die, the less likely they are to come back.
Give you a religion
so I have a
check.
little 12?
12.
It's not a good roll.
There's no real evidence to support that. You can't think of anything that would refute that, but you think that might be just one of those panicky, like, oh God, what if?
Okay.
Like outside of the condition of the body
right.
and the length of time noted in the spell, but I'm pretty sure Raised Dead goes to like 100 years.
No, it's 10 days.
10 days, okay.
It's 10 days, and it will neutralize poison, cure physical disease, close mortal wounds. Like you're still going to be real uncomfortable for a bit.
Sure.
This is we're returning you to 1 hit point, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, guy.
Yeah.
But you're alive.
This is This is
So
very
you-
similar to like life-saving efforts in an emergency room. You're not gonna like life for a bit after that.
So Trapspringer gives you the next of kin address, and it is here. Actually, it's in the Azure Enclave.
Yeah. Of course it is. All right. Do we have a way to get a message to them to come here?
Well, I already sent the message that something had happened. Trapspringer said. I mean, it's my job, right? But I didn't ask her to come or anything. I just let her know that there was an emergency contact had come up.
How did you let her know? How did you let her know?
Message spell. Pulls out a wand. Puts it back in his pocket.
He has a cell phone.
Basically.
More like a pager. Extra.
Did you
easy.
have? If I'm doing the same or a similar thing, is there a code word or something that I need to say to her so that she knows that it's above board and not creepy or weird?
Nope.
Okay.
I used some of my 25 words to introduce myself.
Okay. So my understanding is that a message spell only works like in like 120 foot range. So I can't cast the message spell that he has.
Yeah, it's the ascending maybe. It's one that can get to the city.
Okay. Are you able or willing to double that up and ask her to come here as quickly as possible? Or, yeah, whatever version of that works.
I could.
Like I'm wanting to be ClickClack for a minute and just stare at him until he like specifically says the words. Like
I'm gonna play. I picked
He
up
holds
on
up
that,
the wand, and you
I'm
can
gonna-
tell he's doing a little bit of math. He's like, cost of the charge is about 3 silver.
that's easy. Like here.
Thanks.
Like,
Just don't
this
like
is in
losing
the
money.
like. Fine with that. Like
He
whatever.
he hands you the wand.
Does she have a more than one name on the card?
It's a ship's name that I haven't determined. Quick, somebody make me up the name of a minotaur ship.
The SS Minotaur.
It is
What do you
now
mean, boat face?
How do you
Anna,
say happenstance with a Russian
Right.
accent?
Anna of Minotaur.
I don't want to refer to myself as a compatriot of Trapspringer. That might seem weird. What's the word? It's better than acquaintance. It's more like colleague.
Associate?
Yes, that's the word. Thank you.
All right. So while Struana is composing her message and getting her hours worth of components set up and figured out, and takes out a 10,000 diamond the size of a chicken egg.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
I'm going to ask them if they can gather anything that looks unfinished, talk to the people outside, get hammers, his tools, bring them near him. I'm going to ask them to also do those things and navigate with the other people, because if we could just gather this all quickly, we can get this part started.
Okay.
All right.
Did Hezrig have a favorite bar?
You guys never went drinking.
It's not my job.
Can someone ask the dudes in his shop? They might know more about his habits.
Stan, you're charming.
It's true.
I know, 'cause you told me
I'll
so.
go talk to folks. I'm I'll go talk to the folks outside. I hear I'm a reliable source.
Okay. So, I'm Struana, an associate of Trap Springer, or Anna of Minotaur. I'm Struana, an associate of Trap Springer, the insurance man. I wouldn't have said man, probably.
Agent.
Would have said agent. Please come to Hezrig. I'm going to say Hedwig if you don't just give me the word.
Hezrig.
Hezrig, thank you. Please come to Hezrig's shop in the market as quickly as you are able. We need your help reviving him.
Hedwig is the owlbear.
That's the heart of gold.
The reply you receive is "Am en route. We'll be there within 12 hours."
New one, who dis?
Actually, no. 4 hours.
Okay, that's much better than 12 hours, because it's just like, oh my god, really? Alright, so Anna's going to be here in 4 hours-ish. Anybody want to get lunch?
Nothing works up an appetite like studying a dead body closely.
Well, I can stand watch if you guys want to go and get food.
I want to talk to the guys outside, too. Like, I'm going to follow Stan out, do that.
Okay. They're all just hanging out. Like they don't really have anywhere to go. Nobody said they could leave.
About habits, things he was fond of, anything he was working really closely on, that sort of thing. And
Okay.
if I'm going to have the earring on since I don't think we're all physically in that same space, but we're doing yeah.
Well, you're all in the area of the shop. Stands inside. I don't know. ClickClack, you can choose. The shop foreman points out ClickClack's armor. Like, well, that was his latest big obsession. He doesn't get a lot of chance to work with dragon scales, and one was kind of a big deal. I mean, it's representing the brand, as I understand. Bit of an ambassador.
Questions about where, like, you know, did he have any trinkets, any sort of like things from his home or items that were important to him in the shop that you could identify?
No, not really. He kind of lived for his work, really. He didn't have any real personal knickknacks or anything.
Do you have a favorite? Can you ask him if they have a favorite bar, or if he had a favorite bar? I say over the earphone.
Did he have a favorite place to imbibe, to eat or drink?
I was a fan of the library, actually. The Mage's Lounge there. And if you can get in, I hear it's nice.
Like, that's interesting. I want, like, I assume that the nicest gear is Herzog's gear.
Hezrig?
Is that a correct assumption, Hezrig?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that's so hard.
I don't either. Yeah, he's the best in the business. Yeah, that's why I was working for him.
Gosh, when I say gear, I mean the stuff that he uses, not the stuff that he makes.
Oh.
Sorry. Tools. Tools was the word I wanted.
Oh.
I know how to words.
Oh yeah, he makes his own tools. He's got
I presume that the ones he works with, where are they? Can you show me his workspace?
Sure. Well, I mean, it kind of points to where the body is. Like, do I have to?
No, you can tell me where it is.
Over where the body is.
It's in there?
Yeah.
That's his personal workshop. I mean, we all work around here. Like he worked motions to the general work and sales space, but that's where he does his personal projects.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay. So, gathering his, I don't know, tools, gear, like, whatever it seems like he was working on.
Okay. By now, after all the rounds of paperwork actually got finished, Merkel, the younger guard, has kind of softened to you a little. He's like, well, and here's a few details I got. It seems they had some security issues, some series of false alarms over the last week, and that's why some of the initial response was a little slow.
What kind of false alarms?
There were some security systems that kept popping off without actual issues. Sometimes during business, or we had some reports of it. We've got them logged in our books. They consulted us about them. They informed us that they were going to be turning them off yesterday, putting in the order for service.
I am going to turn and tell Trap Springer this. If he isn't gone yet.
No, he's still. He's actually speaking with Balthwaite, the other guard.
The other guard. Merkel, really? Okay. So, Trap Springer. It looks like the traps alarms were turned off yesterday.
Security features, you know, some people's traps or some people's traps. There's a lot of traps in here.
Except there weren't today.
There were today. That's how I knew to come. They let me know they were turning off two of the features that had been firing off without provocation.
Which two were those?
That would be the teleporting floor pad in the inner workshop and the alarm that goes along with it.
ClickClack, did you get that?
Yeah.
So someone, I mean, does it sound completely crazy? I just tied that to the cord. Does it sound completely crazy to say that someone or something like made this teleporting pad and alarm work so poorly or keep going off so that they turned off the alarm system and then teleported in a zombie minotaur and killed him? Where does the teleporting pad go to?
It that's not how it works. It actually brings Hezrig here and with weapons in his hands. That is the security feature involved. Immediate response. You can see why he finds it annoying when it goes off unprovoked.
How does he know how? Is there any way to edit those? Edit isn't the right word, Diamond. Is there any way to adjust the settings of those post creation?
Oh yeah. Here, let me show you. He goes and heads to one corner of the room and pries up one of the flagstones, pulls it over. It's meant to move out of the way, and you can see a panel full of crystals. Looks like they've been magically grown in specific patterns. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's Son of a bitch! He points to it. Somebody monkeyed with my work. Voids all the warranties.
All right. Will you want to share in what way they monkeyed with it? Because I'm just looking at a bunch of growing crystals.
Well, I don't know if you understand anything. ClickClack. He points to you and starts speaking in Gnomish. Just like rapid fire technical information. Basically, like he had set the off diagnostic configuration, and it has been retooled to be on but not on. It got short circuited to activate the trap but not the alarm.
I write that down as he's talking in shorthand and then translate it and hand that to Struana.
Okay. Well, if we weren't sure this was premeditated before...
Right.
Well, looking more and more like a hit.
You know, we could ask the assassin.
ClickClack just stares at him.
I was agreeing with you. What? Why don't you like me?
So...
You can see me about to give an itemized list, and I stop myself.
I'm proud of you. Good.
Priorities.
They're there. ClickClack, they're there.
Where?
No, not there. Where? Who's on first? Yes. So, zombie minotaur. Where does one get one of those?
The market. I don't know.
Well,
from a dead minotaur.
Well, yeah, but where have we encountered a whole lot of zombies?
Couple places.
A few places.
Yeah.
One of which is inside the city and easy for anyone to get to. Relatively anyone to get. Yeah, no, anyone to get to. Well,
there's that. Why do you think a zombie, not some other type of undead?
Because ClickClack said zombie.
I said undead.
Oh, then I would have been saying that. Sorry. Synonyms, what?
There's
Creative language use? I'm not investigating.
I said zombie to Thomas. I said undead to fellow characters.
That's what happened.
There's a lot of Walking Dead that are way worse than zombies. Not spoil your day.
Oh, jeez.
Do we want to ask the Assassin's Guild? Because I have a way of contacting them.
You do?
Like an eyebrow raised back at Stan, like, and here I thought you were being all milquetoast. That's nice.
I don't know, they didn't kill me once. I can't really claim to understand what was going on, but they gave me this coin, they said it would summon them.
Is the Assassin's Guild separate from the Thieves Guild?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're not called the Assassin's Guild, they're called some fancy name that seems Assassin's Guild.
I believe it's the Illuminated Society of Filial Affairs. Also known as the Brotherhood.
Yeah, those people.
Or the Brotherly Society.
Yeah, Brotherhood.
Killer Club.
So I'll
They're
take the coin out.
They're Aspa.
I'll take the coin out and I've never used it before. I guess flip it, use it.
Okay. You flip it, and it snaps in half midair, and just filters away into in little shadowy motes, and It's about 12 seconds before there is a presence in the room.
Whoa.
Hi.
I see you've arrived.
From out of the corner, you see a hooded figure about 7.5 feet tall. Just bulk. Like the robe is closed, the hood is all the way covering, but it is just a mass of a figure.
Hello, friend.
How can I help you, Stan?
Well, there's this dead gentleman here. Do you know if this was a hit by the Brotherhood?
Hezrig was not on our list.
Yay?
This murder is unsanctioned.
Ooh. They don't like that, do
It
they?
seems-
Looks at ClickClack. No.
Oh, that was out of
Do not.
character.
Oh, yeah.
I keep it in
Does
character.
it
It's
seem
great.
professional
Okay.
to you?
No.
Okay, then ClickClack leans in and goes, you don't like that, do you?
No. We do not.
Oh, that's good. Neither do any of us.
Are you interested in
Does it
finding...
look like it was professional?
Are you interested in finding the guilty party?
Yes.
I start copying my notes again.
I love you
Okay.
guys.
He takes pretty good notes.
Yeah, it's kind of a psychological issue.
A diagram of a murder.
A few of them.
Quite the mind you have. ClickClack.
Yes. Someone says that to him like once a day, I swear.
This was the work of the Lost Brothers.
Oh.
Former
Those are the-
members?
Those are the ones we've chatted about before, right?
You have done us the service of ending one once before.
Oh, let me guess. The talking skull. I mean, he wasn't just a skull, but
Is now.
Oh!
oh man. So
This-
undead ninjas.
This is the handiwork of two of the named.
Oh no, two?
They work as a team in death as they did in life. We refer to them by names as they are no longer welcome in the nameless society.
Hmm.
Blade Feathers and Dreadhorn.
Blade, Feather,
Good.
and who?
There. Dreadhorn.
Dreadhorn.
Redhorn.
Is there any reason why their killing him will keep him from coming back?
There are methods that are known to us and by extension to them. I do not see that they have employed them.
Thank you.
Any idea where we might start looking for them?
Oh,
Seek the dark places.
I could have guessed that on my own, but okay.
More specifically, seek somewhere within 120 feet, potentially in shadow at the time of insertion, and with at least a partial line of sight into the room.
4 hours ago. Okay.
I'm already calculating.
I'm gonna go look outside.
From there, find the next dark place within 120 feet.
Shadow step. Shadow step.
How many? 3, 5? Just keep going. Hope you get lucky.
Eventually, presumably, one will either lead to a house or building that would be a base of operations, or into the somewhere with line of sight only to the sewer. The eternal darkness of the sewers and all undercroft within the city make it excellent place for us to get around.
Well, goodness.
I would be personally happy to assist you in ending these creatures. They are a stain upon my society.
I would think.
For entirely different reasons, I would be super happy for you to help us. Endearing smile. I need to roll for it. Endearing smile.
So that
Basic.
that robot thing that was helping us before, and that Boronor sort of talked away by telling him where the target he actually wanted was.
Thursday.
Yeah. The target he was after, was that also one of the Lost Brothers? I can't remember.
It was the Bone Priest.
Yeah. I think, wasn't he a Lost Brother? Thomas?
This does not seem to describe any members of the Lost.
Okay. Never mind.
Anywho.
A lot of characters, man. It's a lot of characters.
There are 6 others that serve as Boronor's pets. If these 2 are involved, there may be others. Why did Hezrig die?
Wish I knew.
Well, at this point, I was blaming us, but that's just conjuncture.
That makes
Or
sense.
learning from experience.
Hezrig, we faced Boronor. We are clearly wearing items with Hezrig's symbol on them.
Oh, I see. Then that is a reasonable presumption. If it had been any of the traditional reasons, we would have received the call.
So pettiness is not an assassination reason? I'm serious. I don't know much about what your society's like. I'm just genuinely curious.
And he stonewalls you with silence.
Rude.
I feel like these are important things to know.
If that is indeed the case, and you are the targets, then you have played right into their hands. Let me tell you how I would kill you.
New page.
If all the information I had was a patron and a set of faces, and perhaps what scraps I could catch from a scry spell or a legend lore, well then, the first thing I would do is draw you out with the information I have. The next thing I would do is implant a listening device somewhere on your persons.
But
Listening
like,
device?
I'm just gonna swing over and look at Trap Springer. He's still in the room.
Trap Springer has booked it. Like, as soon as Tall, Dark, and Ugly showed up, he, gone.
Yeah. Thieves
Like,
instinct.
whoa, this is not a conversation I'm part of. I'm in insurance.
Diamond,
Yeah.
how good is your detect magic and whatnot?
Doot. Well, detect magic is a level something spell. I'm getting there. I don't have detect magic.
You don't?
It's on the wand.
I look down at the wand.
The wand's like,
laugh.
I do.
No, but I can't use you unless I spend like some time with you, and we ain't got time right now.
Who with our contacts, who would I go to that's our magic expert?
The lady.
Sangrit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Hezrig.
He can't come to the phone right now.
I'm just gonna pop out and be like, hey, did he have a detect magic wand or anything around? You guys got a way to do that? To the
We would
employees.
totally be that lucky.
Did you hear me when I said I have detect magic?
No,
I did not.
Yeah.
we do now.
I have
Alright.
spell slots because this is inaccurate. So,
Does that help you? I've never been clear on this. Does that help you identify a spell, or just that there is one?
There is an identify spell. Detect magic, I think, can get you as far down as schools.
Okay.
Like School of Magic. But I bet Stan's looking it up right this moment.
yeah.
I want to check my armor for bugs.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm not. 20.
All right. You check it all out. You give yourself a solid pat down. You check, like, make sure all the seams are where they go, and, like, feel through the, like, under the plates where there's, some thickness. Make sure there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's all
I'm
it's all
checking
very
Lovelace's
form
too.
fitting. Give me another investigation check.
21.
Just back from between Lovelace's eyes, basically right in front of where your chair sits, there's a bump under some of the scaling that's not a stud, and it's not like it now, especially now that you've searched all the armor very, very, like, intricately, there's something sewn in there that wasn't part of the design.
Now that we're beating, I'm done with the. Now that we're being bugged, I'm done with the beating for the night. Some bullshit.
I'm gonna
bullshit.
try to cut open that layer, like between the stitching.
Okay. Do you have
I'll
any
fix it
leatherworking
later.
tools?
What?
Do you have any leatherworking tools?
We're in a shop with them. ClickClack, were you actually physically near me when you were writing down in shorthand what Trap Springer said?
Yes.
Because then I would have just been reading it over your shoulder.
How do you know my shorthand?
That's a good question, isn't it? Maybe for a later time. But that's
it's not shorthand. It's my shorthand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's yep.
Even weirder.
Let me know when you want to visit the
Right.
Which thing did you think I was gonna take? Read everything?
So, ClickClack finds some leatherworking tools, and you are go ahead and give me a leatherworking roll.
Can I give him advantage on that?
Yeah. In fact, you're actually proficient in it, right? So
I am. I don't know what
so,
doing.
So he could give you advantage on it and get it.
Yeah. How about I tell you what I want to do, and you say, "Hey, I know how to do that."
Like, oh, wow, I know a thing that you're. Whoa, what? I don't remember how to skill check. It's just a flat 20. What do I add to it?
Proficiency bonus from the tools, and proficiency bonus because you're proficient with the tools, and then intelligence.
Okay. Too bad I don't get anything for intelligence. All right.
Who does?
Click
Do I
on.
roll to give her advantage?
No, you just take the help action.
My first was 24,
Okay.
and that's the better one.
Okay. That is enough not to disrupt any of the enchantments, not to do any damage to the armor. It's actually pretty easy. The seam was left open. Once you find it and and have the leatherworking tools, you can find exactly where it was inserted in and just pluck it right out. It's a little tarnished copper corn.
Bend it.
Give me a strength check.
Does it?
The most embarrassing thing to fail.
I'm a bard. Of course I'm gonna fail it. I'm just giving it a try.
Right.
You know. The 19.
Okay, so you managed to give it some give. It moves like copper.
Is Stan in the room?
Yeah.
Hey Stan, is this magic?
I'm hanging out
Yeah.
with
Is
the
this
body.
magic? Stan, look at this with your mind powers.
I'll give it an eye and have Morden help me see its truth. What's
It is magical.
what school of magic?
Divination.
So you can get anything else 30 feet within 30 feet of you. You got anything else?
Oh, it's just a cluster of minor magical auras and some of the tools and various liquids and you get weird emanations from things that are half made.
Are there any that are like specifically evil or dark magic?
Or divination?
Does detect magic get you any of that?
It's just a school of magic, so I guess if they're divination. Other divination.
Other various, yeah. I mean, whole bunches of divination stuff. There's a shelf of it over there.
Anything on me?
The wand comes up hard. I don't know. I don't know if any of your normal gear is.
No, just the wand.
Okay.
I think that's the only one who's got divination. I think that the Lume Glarden pipes are all like destroy. Let me look though.
We're looking for like trackers. And magic
Yeah.
track.
The figure in the corner just kind of nods like that. That looks to be a listening coin, very common assassin's tool.
Do we find any others in searching our persons?
They take
With
a moment
magic.
to... I mean, it would have taken time. Were any of you alone in a dark place? Then I wouldn't worry too much about it. They had access to the armor before you came upon it. That is when the implantation came to be.
How do you
And
break?
Lovelace was like a little bit of clever if they had never met ClickClack.
In all likelihood, they had been staking out Hezrigs, waiting for one of you to come. It happened to be ClickClack. From there, well, assassins are nothing if not patient.
Did he say these are undead assassins?
The
Or
brothers,
just assassins?
the lost brothers, are all tainted by undeath. They were those who lay in the cemetery and dead in the prison when Bornor arose.
Right. Do we still have the coin? Like it's not dispelled or anything?
Though, if they're listening,
Yeah, Stan's gonna crush this coin.
Hang on.
Can we melt it?
No.
I take the coin, lean into it like it's a microphone, and go, "We're going to kill you again." And then I hand it to Stan.
Can we melt
Yeah,
it, Stan? Melting, it's fun. Come on, let me melt it. Copper melts at a relatively low temperature, so
Well, do it now. You can fire now.
I can do a fire now. So can we go for like overly dramatic outside bonfire?
Sure.
For a penny?
Yes, taste the light, fuckers. Basically.
I don't think you can taste with a divination spell. At least I hope not.
So it's getting along into the afternoon. You light a bonfire in, I mean, what, like middle of the street? There's places where there's like smelting furnaces and things in the,
Yeah,
in
that's
the workshop.
probably more what I'm gonna do than the
If-
front of the building.
you-
That's more video games. But
If you could taste of the coin, I'd feed it to Lovelace and let it go all the way through the process.
yeah, they might still be able to hear us though. And who knows if there's tracking stuff in that? Much better to melt.
No, I just want them to taste terrible things.
Oh yeah. Let crabs eat terrible things.
Now,
I meant a crab sphincter.
The combination of these things.
now, without a way to track and spy on you remotely, if I were assigned to kill you, I would stay not far away. Wait for my moment. You are dealing with two very skilled assassins, one of whom is an Arakostra. This means you must look above you, and if you expect a fight, stay somewhere with a roof. Blade Feathers is a skilled sniper who uses spells. Their preferred tactic involves a portable hole planted by Blade Feathers in the battlefield, which serves as a mode of entry for Dreadhorns.
Dreadhorns is gonna be the Minotaur, right?
Yes.
Oh, you're good.
I mean, I just put it together as like, oh, there's probably a reason this is the name. It's not just a fancy whatever.
Yes, your GM's naming conventions are neither subtle nor nuanced.
Everyone else looks confused, and ClickClack just nods.
That tracks.
Anna of Minotaur.
What do you suspect?
Right.
What do you think your next move should be?
Get Hezrig
Raising
back.
Hezrig.
Will you guard him night and day?
You could also take him to a priest, but
If
Now that he
I
knows there's danger, he can defend himself.
he must sleep.
I think he'll
Everything
get to make that.
sleeps.
I think he'll get to make that choice.
If I were assigned to kill you, and I had already removed an associate of yours in order to draw you out, and then saw you immediately resurrect him and leave him to his own devices, I would kill him again, and again, and again, to drain your resources and baffle you until you made a mistake. But today,
Man, y'all are wild.
I will not kill you.
Thank you.
Not.
Struana, do you still want to bring this guy back?
I feel like I owe it to him.
What's the...
You could take him to a temple. Where he'd be cared for. I don't know.
It's
Doesn't
easier
happen,
to.
yeah.
Then we're just drawing assassins to the temple.
It's significantly easier to move a body when they can move themselves.
Right up until they can't.
What's the time frame for this resurrection spell, for the raise dead spell?
10 days. Also, I do have detect magic now. I just hadn't remembered that I got that spell last level. Sorry.
That's right.
It got done.
So
Yeah.
there is time.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Let's
Library it.
let's do 8.5 days of trying to kill some undead assassins, where they can't kill him again, and then, in 8 days, let's see where we're at. We'll keep him at a temple or wherever, keep him safe somewhere, but don't resurrect him yet, because they're just, like he said, they're just going to kill him again, and it just makes wherever we put him a target.
Alright.
Eventually, you can kill something enough times that even the most skilled priest cannot pierce the veil to find the soul.
Yeah. Every time it gets harder to do.
I feel like the library might be a better safe place for him than a temple.
Okay.
Are we going to put him in a bag of holding? I mean, we're just going to have a rotting corpse. I mean, it's going to be kind of gross after 10 days.
The Brotherhood has corpse storage options.
Of course they do.
Occasionally, a false body is needed. I assume
Same
you don't
reason
want
Burger
any
King has a
details.
freezer.
I assume you don't want any details.
No.
I mean, I definitely do. I don't think you like providing them. Like, no, I'm actually curious. Who came up with this idea? Like, when did that develop? Who developed it? Like, do you use cold storage? Does that work?
Would you like a tour?
Yes, actually.
When we're not hunting assassins, totally.
I feel like isn't part of hunting assassins like they're eventually going to find you, you don't find them?
Well, if you want to be passive about it, yeah.
Is there a better way?
We destroyed the coin, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because if not, this whole conversation was a terrible idea.
Sorry, I do, like, Struana's totally like, yeah, I want to see this weird, this sounds great, I want to do this.
Like, normally I'd be right there with you, but there's a problem that needs solved, and some undead that need to be re-deaded, so his priorities are taken at the moment.
I mean, yes, but...
The Assassin's Guild will still be there later. And once we take care of this, they're going to owe us one, so we can get a tour easily.
If you have resources at the library, I see you've taken samples. They may be vulnerable to divination themselves. It is why proper assassins are carefully trained to leave nothing behind. Now, perhaps they were not fully trained, or perhaps they want you to find them.
Either way is good with me.
I mean, we're walking into a trap, or we're walking into a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of how that works.
Like, plan A, we try to use the samples to find them. Plan B, I act like I'm being defenseless and see if they bite.
That's bait.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I will be using you as bait.
Same page.
Like, I have a little bit of, like, about it, and then there's the other internal, like, well, like, internal monologue, like, well, Struana, you knew this, like, when you entered the college, that this is what it's like when you're actually, like, doing stuff with other people. You're squishy, you get to be bait. That's the way it works. Everyone wants to kill you because they think you're squishy.
You're not the bait, I'm the bait.
Nah, it's just what her internal monologue's doing. I just wanted to share that for the...
Right. So, talking to Mr. Hooded Figure. So do you actually want to help us kill these things?
Yes.
Re-kill these things.
The services of the Illuminated Society of Filial Affairs will be at your disposal in this matter.
How do we contact you?
Think murderous thoughts.
Way ahead of you.
But, cloak and dagger aside, pulls a gloved hand, reaches out with a coin.
In all seriousness, my card.
Right. Now that I've delivered the preliminary cryptic bullshit answer here.
Anywho,
I will be watching.
I assume.
Have you further questions? Or shall I begin my work?
Oh, they go on a tour.
It'll be there later.
I know.
It's
they
the
give all
second
of
oldest
us...
profession.
Did they give all of us coins or just him coins? Yes,
He would have given one to the group.
Okay. Let's carry in the coin. I really want to bring back Hezrig.
His body will be preserved in such a way as to not disturb the potential.
Yeah, I'm definitely fascinated. Okay.
If we bring him back now, we're just setting him up to be killed again.
Yep, I understand that. It's just it's frustrating when you get all ready to like engaged in the process of like starting to make something and then have to stop.
You have to put out the fire before you rebuild the house.
Just being frustrated about it. Just let me be frustrated. Anyway.
I mean,
so,
unless you have the diamonds to spare.
What's...
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I don't want to answer that question straight on.
About this time, Balthwaite comes in. He's like, I was about to see you. Didn't see a visitor.
Completely straight-faced. What's wrong?
Can I see your papers, sir? Pulls out a stack of papers.
I'm just genuinely just like, what?
And Balthwaite is just like,
It's black paper with black type. You have to like hold it in the light.
It's got the engraved symbol of the filial order on the paper binder. And he's just like, that's good. Really that's fine. That's great. I was about to tell you that we're going to release the scene. We've got the information we need. If we'd like you to remain nearby. We know, Night Inquisitor, where you. I've got to go.
Fucking coward.
So far above his pay grade. Whoa.
So, library?
It sounds as though the body has been released. I shall take it into custody.
Yeah, library. Looks like I gotta spend a little bit of time with this asshole. Point at the wand. The wand.
Oh. I was like, why are you hanging with Trap Springer?
The shadow just moves over, leans down, and one hand picks up, like, just grabs him by the shirt collar and picks up Hezrig with one hand, pulls it into the cloak, and then they both just seem to have always been part of the shadow. And are gone.
That sounds about right.
It's fascinating.
Well, case solved.
All is right with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Lunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's have a picnic. Out in the open. Take off all our armor and lie in the grass.
What do you guys do?
Library, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Library, right.
All right, you get there as classes are getting out for the day. There's just crowds of people around you. I imagine that you guys are a little twitchy about dark corners, but they seem to be everywhere. Shadowed doorways.
It's not even twitchy. I'm I'm just clocking all of them.
There's a lot. Like, now that you know what to look for, assassins' jobs must be really easy. Like, if that's their method of
there's shadows everywhere.
Yep.
Well, I have 4 eyes and blind sense, so I'm watching everything.
How do you spell Vashtanarada?
What now? Anyway. Vashtanarada?
I just made a Doctor Who reference and nobody got it, really?
Not a one.
Fine.
Nope.
Fine.
I haven't watched Doctor Who in 3 years.
Alright. Someday I'll power watch it with someone who cares. Give me a perception check, ClickClack.
Where's the thing? That's not right. It's alright. I can already tell I did the math wrong on my sheet. Hang on. 25.
25.
I think.
Twice during your walk, you spot something very far above you, just like a winged speck in the sky. You think for a second that it might be just another like bird of prey, big crow maybe, but you realize it's farther away than that, and size-wise, it's probably more like a human size. With your
anytime we're traveling, I have my bow in my hand.
I figured.
Yeah.
With that perception check, you figure it's somewhere around 600 or 700 feet away, like up in the air.
Okay.
You guys get to the library. Where are you headed? Mage's Lounge?
Struana.
Alright, what do we need?
We need divination on these samples.
Yeah, Mage's Lounge. I mean, we could just ask Sangrid, frankly. But I think I kind of just considering, we might have assassins trying to kill us. I feel like I should probably talk to, the other halfling, the old one.
Harridan.
Yeah, that one.
Harry to his friends.
So where are you going first?
Can you guys find your way to Sangrid, and I'll try to talk to Harridan?
All right.
Stan's got her bedroom key.
Yeah, I know.
Mage's circle, whatever it's called. Quarter.
Well, remember the way the library works is you insert a key into the lock in the lobby and think about where you want to go. And yeah.
So yeah.
So to the Mage's Lounge?
Yeah.
All right. Abris meets you at the door. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Good. We've got your normal table. Have a seat.
Do we see them?
Who?
The magic person. I thought you named one specifically.
This is just the lobby, restaurant, bar area for the scholars, essentially, like kind of the hospitality waiting room.
Right. Are we looking for one in particular, or can we just ask any of them?
Well, you could just ask any of them. I mean, there's several folks in wizard robes here. No familiar faces currently.
We have a rep going though, right? Like, yeah. I walk up to the. I'm looking for experienced and also pleasant.
Well, there's Abris, who is the concierge of the place. That's probably the most pleasant person there. There's, a few oldish looking mages talking about theory in red robes.
Did anybody notice us when we came in more than just, hey, look, people came in?
Most of them are very, very involved in whatever very academic minutia they're talking about.
I've already forgotten his name. The guy that greeted us.
Abris.
I get his attention and say, who in the room right now would be most copacetic to doing us a favor?
Oh, what sort of favor? I'm happy to help as much as I can.
What's it called? Divination? Divination, trying to find who these came from.
Takes a look. Let's see. He kind of looks around the room. None of the heavy-hitting diviners are in this afternoon. There's, Harold over there, the oldish red wizard there. He used to teach a class in such things. He's experienced in it. Don't think it's his specialty, but worth an ask.
More has been mine. Yeah. Scuttle over there.
Right. Happy to make the introduction. He goes and introduces the two of you and approaches the conversation. He knows you're socially awkward, and so he basically does the really soft transition. He's a pro. He's a professional concierge.
My reputation precedes me.
This guy has been your personal concierge since every time you've been here. Like, he knows all your preferences. He knows what you drink, what you eat for breakfast.
Master, we could use your help. We're working on a murder case at the moment, actually.
Oh, in the library?
Not in the library, in town.
Oh, district.
Right.
You're not wearing the right robes if it was inside the library.
No.
No.
It was a friend of ours, so we're trying to forget it.
Oh. My condolences.
It seems he was killed for knowing us. So we need to nip this in the bud.
Well, then I won't ask you your name. No, I'm kidding. Abris gave it to me.
It's because we were wearing his trademark, and I gesture at it on my armor.
Oh, corporate espionage, eh? Very dicey. Well, I'll be happy to help.
We need to figure out who these came from, and I handed the little vials. And yes, I have little vials.
Give me a few hours.
Thank you.
Happy to help.
With that, I'm going to have lunch.
Abris already has your favorite on the way.
Both of them.
Stan, were you hanging with Click?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So, your favorite and two of your usual. It's lunch.
Excellent.
Struana, where are you?
I'm going to bother Harridan.
Okay. He's currently teaching in a lecture.
Really? Okay. Then I'm going to wait to talk to Harridan and see if I can't get the library to get me any books in. Like, knowing I can do this now, she's just starting to request books in any language. I can cast a comprehend languages. It's fine. about these Aspa inside they were? The assassins folk.
Oh.
Figured out their initialism was Aspa.
There's a few. I mean, there's all sorts of salacious novels. The semi-fictionalized accounts. There's lies, more lies, and more damn lies. It's tough to. There's a lot, is really it, and it's tough to sort the fiction from the fiction and fantasy from useful facts.
Reading a little bit though, because I'm standing here waiting anyway.
Okay.
It seems interesting doing.
It's generally agreed upon that the Assassin's Guild performs a necessary duty in the city to essentially keep conflicts as surgical and civil as possible. You know, it's better that kings murder each other than send a bunch of poor people to war. That is the function of them in the city, to keep to deal with conflicts quietly and with as little bloodshed as possible. Exactly the right amount of bloodshed, really. Other than that, it's wild flights of fancy. You know, there's theories and fictional theories and probably some amount of truth that's been buried in misinformation intentionally by the guild. Right. This book is clearly ridiculous. Except for this one thing that's true, that now labeled as ridiculous.
Yeah. But even spending time with it helps the.
Yeah.
It helps the likelihood that I'm going to recognize something.
Right.
Basically. So that's what I'm going for. I'm standing here.
So while you're holed up in your book hole, Stan, you notice, your eye is usually more focused on finding interesting people to drink with than ClickClack's. You see a pack of minotaurs around the way that seem extra drunk.
I will casually make my way over there as I'm, drinking at the bar, and see what they're talking about. Try and find a way to enter into the conversation in a jovial manner.
It doesn't take much. They're speaking in common. You do as you're kind of starting to tune in and wait for an entry. You hear them wonder as though it were the next time, and where the hell is Hezrig? I don't know. It's been hours.
What are you? What is this fine group of minotaurs like you doing in a bar like this?
Business officer.
All right. Hey, look, I'm with Hezrig.
It's on the back, but yeah. Oh, hey!
It turns around.
Didn't know he was sponsoring cops now. They're all dressed like sailors, by the way. They have the stench of the sea on them.
So do I.
Are you waiting to see Hezrig?
Well, I mean, we already saw him for 20 minutes, and then he just disappeared.
When was that?
Lunchtime.
So he was in here?
The teleportation pad, he just disappeared.
You look like you got sad there for a second, stranger.
Well, Hezrig hasn't had a very good day.
Oh, yeah? You don't think he's going to be back, huh?
Didn't say that.
Maybe in a week.
Oh, well, we'll be out to sea by a week. Hear that, fellas? One more round on Hezrig's tab, then we're out.
Is it really worth it to have this conversation?
I have a little bit of interrogate them, Stan, but I'm nowhere near you having this conversation.
Well, and yeah, we are technically connected by ear. Is there anything else you want to whisper to me to ask them?
So do you think it's worth telling them that they're dead? I guess is that Hezrig died is the question, and that it's an undead assassin, and see if you can't get a group of pissed off minotaurs on our side.
I mean, maybe,
Okay.
but what do we need with a group of minotaurs? I mean, brute strength is nice, but
Multiple.
I don't know if we need to recruit people so much as find info.
Maybe I don't know, sailors know shit. It's what they do. They sail and they know things.
Well, if we think we're the target, I don't know. It just seems like a big thing to get, like, big piece of info to put out there. I mean, I could destroy his business if it gets out that he's dead.
That's very, very true. You are thoughtful, Stan.
I know, you wear an ad on somebody, you wear an ad on your back, and it just changes your whole thought perspective.
It might be worth asking if he had been worried about anything.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll ask them that. It's like, hey, did Hezrig seem bothered today when you saw him?
Not particularly. Seemed annoyed by a few things. Didn't really go into detail. We were here for business.
Hmm. Did that go well?
Well, haven't made delivery yet. That's what we were supposed to be doing here.
Yeah, what are you delivering? Oh, you don't mind me asking.
I don't. It's precious metals of the mystical variety. Some of the stranger types.
So you're sitting on something that needs to be delivered?
Oh yeah, he has got a special order in. Some kind of crazy bronze dwarf.
Hmm. Thomas, is there, and do I know where one of his like staff is to like connect them to like get that shipment?
No, not anymore. Like if they've been released from the scene, they've probably all gone home. There might be like a personnel log in his in the office.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that one.
We can't stay in port more than a day or so. If you could arrange delivery for that, I'd much appreciate it. I don't want to stiff Hezrig on this, and I don't know if anybody else could pick up this particular cargo.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Find folks who can take it. Yeah. Thanks very much, and I'll buy them around.
Totally worth saying that this makes me realize I completely forgot about the person named the Minotaur named Anna who was going to show up at the shop.
As you're thinking about that, I need Struana to make me a charisma save.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's fun. 19? Yes. 19.
for just a second, you feel like you co-locate, like something almost teleported you, and you can feel that you are in a black box. It is entirely dark for just a second, and then you're back in your room, like.
Okay, time to get out of this room. Go to a place where there's other people.
Okay.
Go back and hang out in Harridan's lecture.
All right. You run into Harridan's lecture and then give me another charisma save.
Really?
Nowhere is safe.
17?
Okay. Once again, like as you're running, for just a second, you're running in a dark place. This time you kick something and you hear it clatter off the wall. It sounds like tools. And then you're back.
Did I recognize anything? It's completely dark. Did I recognize any smell? Do I get a perception?
It all happened so fast. You're only
Guys,
just...
I think something's trying to teleport me.
Get down here. Up here, over here.
Go fast! Go fast to the magic land.
Okay, so you put your key in the door and it opens up into the next place. And as you're running through, give me another charisma save.
Oh my god.
16.
Okay.
Go now.
So you guys see Struana like running, panicked in the door. Guys!
And not back, just gone.
Just gone. Wait. Yeah, just gone. It is dark, Struana, and because you were thinking about it, it smells exactly like Hezrig's workshop.
Wow, figured.
I
got
didn't
teleported to Hezrog's workshop as far as I can tell. Can you hear me?
Roll initiative.
I didn't want to interrupt the role playing, and I know this seems like metagaming, but as soon as I saw her, I wanted to hunter's mark her.
That's fair. Do it. You had the moment you knew what was happening.
My initiative was 22.
Okay. Well, if everybody else wants to also roll me initiative, we will keep track of it for next week, because that is where we're gonna hold. If you like what you see, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. If you want to see it get better, hop over to our Patreon. My name is Thomas. Everybody else say your name all at once.
Diamond.
And Allison's muted. Everybody. All right, this time with like you mean it.
Allison. That's me.
And until next time, have a good game.